Hey everybody, welcome back to my channel. Today I'd like to talk to you about my journey so far in astronomy and astrophotography. Um, it started off just as visual astronomy, and it progressed to astrophotography. Um, I've really enjoyed it. Um, there's nothing like getting out at night and being able to watch the constellations rise and change, and as the Earth rotates and all that. Being under the night sky is just it's calming in a way, and I really enjoy it. As you can see behind me, right there. That's my telescope with my DSLR camera attached to it. I try and leave the imaging train attached so that way I can keep the right what's the word I'm looking for, the right orientation for the camera. But anyway, what I'd like to do is share the images that I've taken so far, and hopefully we can explore what I've done so far together. Hey everybody. Okay, so we're on my computer here, and I'm going to be showing you pictures here, the pictures that I've captured in no particular order, but I do want to share with you all the pictures. Well, there are some pictures here that I didn't deem worth sharing because nothing really came of them. But as you can see here, there are these are the pictures that I want to share with you. So I'm going to click on each one, and I'll try and tell you a little bit about them. Hey everybody. Okay, so yeah, I'm gonna show you some of the pictures, or not some, pretty much all the pictures that I've taken with my telescope and my camera. There are a couple pictures, well, probably just let's see, this one here, and I believe this one here, that I took with just my camera on a tripod. I didn't use my telescope or anything, but I don't claim to know everything, especially, oh, that's not that great, turn that off. Like, I don't know specific stats on all these images, like their distances, how big they are. I don't know any of that, and I don't claim to. I'm not a professional. I'm just your regular backyard amateur astronomer / astrophotographer. But I love doing this. I love the pictures. I love being able to see what I can capture with my telescope and my camera. So I have a printout here that I typed up, that I looked up the information on all of these objects, just to get some stats for you, so that I can tell you a little bit about each image. So here we go. So you're gonna have to bear with me. Kind of flying by the seat of my pants, so I don't script it other than what I've typed up. So I hope you enjoy all these images. So here we go. So yeah, this is the Andromeda Galaxy. Now, one thing about this picture is I'm only seeing the core of it. I was only able to capture the core of it and a little bit of the spiral arms. So Andromeda is M31. It's 2.5 million light years from Earth in the constellation of Andromeda. It's gonna collide with our galaxy one day, about 2 billion years from now, roughly thereabout. It's about the same size as our galaxy, so but they say that the stars are so far apart in both our galaxies that there's probably not going to be that much of a disturbance, with stars colliding and stuff like that. Don't ask me how they figure that out, but that's what they say. Anyways, now what I want to show you here is I'm going to go down to Stellarium, and this red box here is my view through my telescope. That's what my telescope can see, because it's so magnified and zoomed in. That's all I can see. If I had a wider field telescope, I would be able to capture all this, all the spiral arms and everything, and then M110 is a satellite galaxy to the Andromeda galaxy. So we'll go back and we'll close this one off. We'll keep that one. I guess we'll close that one off too. Okay, so back to the pictures. This one I'm pretty happy with. This is the Cocoon Nebula, and it's also the catalog name for it is IC 5146 in the constellation Cygnus. It's about 3,200 light years from Earth and has a radius of 15 light years. I like this picture. I'm not using any light suppression filters or anything like that, and nor am I using a dedicated astronomy camera. I'm using a DSLR, and this nebula is up in the summertime, and I believe that night was fairly warm. As you can see, if I scroll in, you see all this fuzzy stuff, I guess. That's noise. That's noise in the picture. So as the sensor heats up, it creates noise. Dedicated astronomy cameras, they can be cooled, and which reduces noise. But I'm happy with the results. So yeah, that's the Cocoon Nebula. All right. Okay, so this one here, this picture here, this is just of the constellation Cygnus with my DSLR. So the Milky Way, one of the arms of the Milky Way, run right through this image. So this one here, this star here is Deneb, and then you can see the 3 stars here that make up the cross, and then there's a star right over here. Actually, Cygnus is a swan. They call it the Swan. So, but I don't know if you can make out the North American Nebula right here. The reason why that one's called the North American Nebula is if you look closely, it's shaped like North America. But I just took this with my camera and a tripod, and then I took multiple images and then I stacked them. This here is a tree. So as I was moving my tripod, my camera, this kind of got all blurry and everything. I'm still learning processing and all that. It's I could have pretty much taken this out if I wanted to crop it, but I wanted to show the majority of the Milky Way and the Cygnus constellation there. Okay, these 2 images here. So what I'll do first is I'll show you the starry version. Okay, so this is the Eagle Nebula. So basically here's the head, and there's the wings and all that, and then that's supposed to be, I guess, a claw. But this is what's known as the Pillars of Creation. If you want, you can go and look up the Hubble Deep Space Telescope, and it has an amazing shot. Like, it's one of the best astrophotography shots out there of the Pillars of Creation, and that is a star-forming region. Well, this whole region, I guess, is a star-forming region, but yeah, it's that right there is called the Pillars of Creation, and there's stars being made in there right now. And the Eagle constellation, the Eagle Nebula, is in the constellation Serpens, and it lies about 7,000 light years away from us. I took this. I honestly can't remember when I took it, but as you can see, it kind of looks like an eagle. Like I said, I'm not using any light pollution filters, and I was shooting pretty much right into the light dome facing south. I was shooting into the light dome of Toronto. If I had a light suppression filter, I'd probably be able to pull out a little more detail. And also, this consists of a lot of hydrogen alpha and oxygen 3. So if I were to have a filter that would have those narrow bands in there, I would have been able to pull out a lot more detail. Okay, so let's see if I can go back and show you the starless one. Yeah, there we go. So I was able to do this with a program called StarNet++, and what it does is it takes the stars out of the image. Personally, I really love this image. I think it's absolutely gorgeous. It does show a little bit of stars here, but I didn't take the time totally to clean up the image. Yeah, I love this image. This image is really, really beautiful to me. I'm really liking the starless images that I see on the internet as well. But so that's the Eagle Nebula. Okay, so this one is the Flame Nebula. The Flame Nebula is in the constellation Orion and is 1,300 light years from us. It's also known as NGC 2024, and it's an emission nebula. So, what an emission nebula is it's an area of dust and gas, and the stars inside it light it up. Whereas a reflection nebula, if this was a reflection nebula, this star right here, which is Alnitak, it's in Orion's belt, it would light it up because it would be reflecting off it. But I took this with my old mount. It was an alt-azimuth mount, where now I have a German equatorial mount. And this was a stack of, I can't even remember, of 18 second images. So I wasn't able to capture really a lot of light. But I don't think I was able to spend too much time on this target either. This winter I plan on getting this one and the Orion Nebula again, and the Horsehead Nebula I want to concentrate on as well, which is just down here a little bit. I took a picture of it, but I didn't find it that good to share. So we'll just keep going here. Yeah, this needs no introduction. Obviously, everybody must know what this is. This is the moon, and it's 384,000 kilometers from Earth, and is about 1/4 the diameter of the Earth. Apollo 11 landed there in 1969, and Neil Armstrong was the first person to walk on the Earth on July 20th. I believe that right in this section here it's called Mare Tranquillitatis, or the Sea of Tranquility, and that's where the Apollo 11 landed. Somewhere, I think it's somewhere in here, if memory serves me correctly. If anybody watches this and can correct me, feel free to leave a comment down below in the comment section. All right. I wanted to spend a lot more time on this, but I just got my new mount, and I wanted to shoot a whole bunch of targets. I think this is only about an hour and a half's worth of data. This is the Iris Nebula, and it's a reflection nebula. So as you can see, there's a bright star in there, and it's lighting up all this dust and gas. There's other images on the internet that show this in really, really cool detail. Yeah, it's in the constellation Cepheus, and it's about 1,300 light years from us. All right. Again, no one, this doesn't need a this doesn't need an introduction. This is Jupiter, and it's the biggest planet in our solar system. It's a gas giant, and its mass is greater than all the other planets combined in our solar system, and is home to 79 moons. And it's also home to the biggest moon in the solar system, Ganymede. Okay, keep going here. I'm going to try and make this as quick as we can here. So this is M3. It's a globular cluster in the constellation Canes Venatici, and it's about 34,000 light years from Earth, and it's about 11.5 billion years old. I like globular clusters. They're very pretty. They're very condensed. And yeah, they're just a fun target to shoot. Okay, this is the biggest one. This is the Great Globular Cluster in Hercules, M13, and it is in the constellation Hercules. It's about 22,000 light years from Earth, and is home to about 300,000 stars. And it's about 11 billion years old. I can't remember if I shot this one with my German equatorial mount. Actually, you know what? Yes, I did. I think this is the first object I shot with my EQ mount. Sorry, not EQ mount. My German equatorial mount. And yeah, I believe I was doing 2-minute exposures with it. And as you can see there, I believe I got a galaxy. I'm not sure which one that is. But yeah, this was a really fun target to shoot. In hindsight, I probably should have shot a lot less time, like 60-second exposures, because the stars in here are very, very bright, as you can see. This one, as you can see, the background's a little bit white. I was shooting into the light dome of Berry, which is to the north. Again, no light suppression filter, but this is M51, otherwise known as the Whirlpool Galaxy. It's at a distance of 23 million light years, and it's in the constellations Canes Venatici again, and it is home to over 100 billion stars. I really enjoyed shooting this one. I want to spend more time on it. The thing that I really love about this galaxy is that there's two galaxies that are interacting with each other. So, like I talked to you about the Andromeda Galaxy and the Milky Way Galaxy coming together, it's going to be something similar to this. But yeah, this is I really enjoyed shooting this, and this is one of my favorite looking galaxies. Okay, this is an open star cluster. This is M67, and it was discovered in 1779 by Johann Collier, I think it is. Yeah, I don't remember really too much about this one. I think it was one night. I guess I was shooting the two globular clusters, and I just decided to try and shoot something else. As I didn't spend a lot of time on it, but yeah, it was a fun target. I think I did this one at 2 minutes, if memory serves me correctly. So that one was a pretty fun one. Okay, so this is M81 and M82, and it's located in the constellation Ursa Major, otherwise known as the Big Dipper. It's 12 million light years away from Earth, and it has a diameter, at least this one, has a diameter of about 90,000 light years. This one here, M82, I believe it's called Bode's Galaxy. I don't know why they call it Bode's Galaxy. Probably maybe have to do with something about the person who found it. But yeah, this one I found pretty hard to kind of get in the frame together, because my telescope is zoomed in so much. If I had a wider field telescope, I would have been able to fit it in a little bit better. And again, you know, you zoom in, you see all these, it looks like static. That's noise from my camera's sensor as it heats up. With my DSLR, like I said, you know, dedicated astronomy camera would be able to be cooled, and it would reduce the noise quite a bit. Alright, this is M101, or the Pinwheel Galaxy. It's a spiral galaxy in the constellation Ursa Major, also known as the Big Dipper, and it's at a distance of 20 million light years. It has about 1 trillion stars. Now you're probably noticing a difference of dark and light here. This is actually part of the galaxy. You know, it's all the stars coming off of the spiral arms, and I really love the architecture of this one. It starts off small and then it just gets big, and you can actually make out really good in this image the spiral arms coming off the galaxy. Okay, this has to be my favorite galaxy, the Sombrero Galaxy. I don't know why. It's almost edge on and you can't really see any spiral arm detail, but yeah, if you look at it, it kind of looks like a sombrero. It's in the constellation Virgo, and it's actually pretty close to the Virgo supercluster, or I think they call it Markian's chain or something like that. It's a chain of galaxies that, you know, if you have a wide field telescope, it'll take up the whole view. Like, I'll zoom out. So if this was in a Markian's chain, you'd see galaxies all in here. Like, it would just be populated with galaxies. It's about 31 million light years from Earth, and this galaxy here has about 100 billion stars. I don't know why I went purple. Like I said, I'm still learning all the processing and color and saturation and all that kind of stuff. But yeah, this is one of my favorite galaxies, if not my favorite galaxy. But believe it or not, it's very small in my field of view. Even with a really magnified telescope, it's still fairly small. But yeah, I really enjoyed shooting this target. It's to the southwest when I shot this, and then it moves to the west. And I have trees in my western sky, so I could only shoot it for a little bit of time. I think this is about an hour's worth of data. Okay, so these pictures here are close-ups of the moon, obviously. I'm not going to spend too much time on them. But yeah, I enjoy shooting the moon when it's up. Haven't shot it lately, though, because I got other projects that I wanted to work on. But yeah, as you can see, you know, all the nice craters and everything like that. I don't know why this one's all blurry. Could be... Yeah, I don't know why it came out blurry. But anyway, I'm not going to spend too much time on that one. Okay, so like I said, I when I was talking about doing the wide field just with my camera on the constellation Cygnus and showing the Milky Way, and I had mentioned the star Deneb. So the star Deneb, or Deneb, whatever, is right here. And as you can see, you can make out the North American Nebula and a bit of the Pelican Nebula right here. I don't know why they call it the Pelican Nebula. I think it's because it's got the shape of a pelican bill. But I'm gonna try and zoom in here. Right here is a concentration of dust and gas. It's called the Cygnus wall. I want to try and capture that with my telescope because I'm able to zoom in on it and get a really good. I should be able to get a really good picture. But again, I would love to shoot this in with a filter, a light pollution filter, with like the L Extreme. I believe it shoots in hydrogen alpha and oxygen 3. So there's lots of hydrogen and oxygen 3 in this area, and I would love to get a really good picture of that. Unfortunately, I don't have a light suppression filter at the moment. The North American Nebula, or also NGC 7000, is at a distance of 2,200 light years, and it's in the constellation, like I said, Cygnus, and it has a radius, just this part here has a radius of 50 light years. Okay, actually, you know what? I'm going to save this one for last, because that's my baby there. I love that one. Okay, so this one here, this is the Crescent Nebula. Again, no light suppression filter, and I was able to get really close. I do have a little bit of star trailing, as you can see. I was probably shooting it just a little too long. Again, I was doing 2-minute exposures. I maybe should have just gone for a minute exposures, so there wouldn't be any star trailing. But as you can see, like there's lots of noise. Again, being hot in the summertime, the camera sensor heats up and it creates noise in the image. But as you can see, in really good photographs, like with hydrogen alpha and oxygen 3, you can this actually looks like a brain. I don't know why they call it the Crescent Nebula, but it actually looks like a brain, and this star right here is part of it. So the catalog name for this is 6888, and it's in the constellation Cygnus again, and it lies about it's about 5,000 light years from us. It's really faint. It's really faint. I think I spent an hour and a half. No, this is about 3 hours worth of data. I did 2 separate times, and it still didn't bring out all the detail from it. But again, a filter with hydrogen and oxygen would bring out all that detail nicely. But yeah, this was a fun target. I was a little underwhelmed when I processed it and found that I didn't really capture that much. But again, it has to do with the amount of filters you have, or the kind of filters you're shooting with. So again, that one was about 3 hours worth of data. Okay, now this one here. I love this shot. I was able to do this shot with my old alt azimuth mount, and no filters, nothing. This is the Orion Nebula, M42. It's in the constellation Orion. It's actually just below Orion's belt, which it's called the Sword. Now the Running Man Nebula is somewhere over here, but because my telescope is so zoomed in, I got a really high focal length of 2,000 millimeters, and I can't remember if I shot this with my focal reducer or not. But anyway, the Running Man Nebula is up here. But yeah, it's 1,300 light years from Earth, and it's so bright it can be seen with the naked eyes. The 4 stars here, you can't really make them out. Like I said, this is when I really started getting, this is my first image. This is my very first image that I shot. But yeah, I'm still learning processing and all that. And this part here is called the trapezium. There are 4 or 5 stars, and they're really, really bright. When I was processing this before, this whole area in here was completely blown out. It was all whitewashed, and like I said, it was blown out because these stars are so bright. But yeah, this is I'm really proud of this. I'm going, even though, you know, if you zoom in on places here, you can still see, you know, noise and all that. But the thing I like about this picture here is the amount of detail I was able to capture. This is about an hour and 45 minutes of data. The object, like this nebula, is so bright that that I only needed an hour and 45 minutes to get this amount of detail. Yeah, so those are my those are my pictures that I've captured so far with my camera and my telescope. So there you have it, my pictures that I've shot so far on my journey. I hope to be grabbing a lot more during my journey, and I'm going to share them with you on this channel, and I hope you enjoy them. So if you've gained any knowledge or like what you've seen on my channel, or you like the pictures or anything, or if you can give me any suggestions on future videos, or any targets in the night sky, feel free to comment down below, and I'd really greatly appreciate it if you smash that like button if you like the video, and please subscribe if you like the content, and I hope everybody has a great day and clear skies.